Hello and welcome back to Hempfield Happenings. My name is Carter Javahar, and this month we will be taking a look into many different aspects of our community. From Lancaster City's First Friday event to exploring leadership within our student-athlete programs, this month truly has it all. You're watching Hempfield Happenings. To start, we're highlighting a community tradition that brings people together for a great cause, the annual Millersville Turkey Trot. From festive fun to friendly competition, we'll take a look at how this event keeps the community moving and giving back.
The Millersville Turkey Trot is a competitive event that takes place at Beamsterfer Stadium in Millersville University and has become a holiday tradition for many families across Pennsylvania.
It's a 5K run Thanksgiving Day event that we've been hosting for 53 years. And at that point it was a 10-mile run, and over the decades it has evolved to a 5K, and we moved it from the week before Thanksgiving to Thanksgiving morning.
The holiday event attracts people of all ages and warmly welcomes Hempfield students, whether they are competitive runners or simply there to enjoy the experience.
I just warmed up for 10 minutes and then just started, but yeah, I'm kind of in my off season from college racing, so I'm just doing it for fun. I didn't really do a lot of preparing, to be honest, but yeah, I did a little warm up before.
I really didn't prepare, but I ran the Girls on the Run 5K with one of my neighbors because she wanted me to do that. And then I also, I do run miles here and there, but I didn't do 5Ks in advance. So.
I go out for runs every other day during the cross country season, every day almost. The day of, I just get a good breakfast, good healthy breakfast, and then just warm up, stretch really well.
And although the nerves create an exciting kickoff to the race, participants commonly find another element even more rewarding.
Starting off, I was in that huge crowd, so I was trying to get away from everyone. But then at the end, I was it gave me more motivation. I was pushing through, and I think my favorite part was crossing the finish line, because then it gave me that sense of accomplishment.
You know, I'm a lot more tired at the finish, definitely, because running 3 miles hard is, yeah, it's pretty hard. So, but the start of the race, I'm just happy to be here.
Taking a broader perspective, the run began on a small scale but greatly expanded over the years, evolving in both size and overall quality.
10 years ago, we struggled to get 100 people. Today, we have over 2,500 participants. So it has grown quite a bit, and that's feedback for us from the community that it's going well.
My younger sister and my younger brother have started running it, and because I ran it, and so now it's a family tradition on Thanksgiving that we go and run the turkey trot.
It's just great to see families, kids, relatives coming out together. Everybody just enjoys it. Not a lot of rules, space for everybody. Everybody's welcome. There are more walkers, people pushing strollers. Everybody's having a great time. It's just a great place to be on a holiday morning.
Although the Turkey Trot began as a small race, it has steadily grown in popularity, now welcoming over 2,000 runners each year who return to enjoy an active Thanksgiving morning. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Sarah Buckby.
Next up, Comtech 2 student Grace Wagner dove into the ins and outs of Hempfield's swim team and how they compete. Take a look.
Hempfield swimming and diving team is looking forward to their upcoming season. The preparation has officially begun as they are training for their meets, which will go from November to March.
I love this team. This team to me represents, again, it's very much a community. It's people, our athletes are supporting each other. It's a place where we push each other to be our best every single day. We show up ready to work hard, ready to learn something new, ready to try out a new technique that's going to help us improve.
To Coach Eister, swimming represents hard work, as he cannot emphasize enough the amount of work ethic and dedication it takes to improve within this sport. It can take days, months, or even years to shave a fraction of a second off your best time.
The season, preseason starts middle of October, and we practice 5 days a week, and then that season runs all the way through states, which is the middle of March. We got practice 5 days a week. We practice over Thanksgiving break, Christmas break. And then meets are thrown in there. We have about 9 meets throughout the season.
In preparation for the upcoming meets, the team is training all strokes: butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle, as well as building up their endurance with lots of yardage, and they're supporting each other every step of the way.
You want to focus on every little detail, every little thing. At the same time, exhaust yourself to the point where you're dead and tired by the end. So usually that's like a warm-up, like a pre-main set, a main set, maybe a third set, and then a cool-down.
In addition to their training, the swimming and diving team has many leaders, including the senior captains.
You know, I've felt like a leader since freshman year for this team, and I'm just like continuing it. You rest, you taper, the whole season comes to a head at leagues. And then you got district, states. It's just a great, leagues is the best meet. That's what I look forward to every year of high school swim. It's always been leagues.
With endless training, dedication, cheering, and support, Hempfield swimming and diving team is looking forward to a great season.
From league meets to postseason championships, the swimmers and divers train and compete at their hardest to best represent Hempfield. For Studio 7, I'm Grace Wagner.
Thank you, Mark. Go!
Next, we are going to move into our studio interview. Today, we are pleased to welcome all 4 of our newly elected Hempfield School Board members. With us today are Mr. Mackay Williams, Mrs. Kate Linton, Mr. Caleb Best, and Mrs. Aaron Small. They are 4 of 9 members on the Hempfield School Board. We are excited to have each of you here today as you begin your school board journey. To begin, what motivated each of you to run and campaign for these school board positions?
I first ran in 2023 because I really wanted to give back to the community. I was a little unhappy with some of the decisions the school board was making, and I felt like I needed to do something to help, the wider Hempfield community.
Yeah, I'm also a parent here in the community. I have a 2023 grad and 2 students here at the high school. And I'm a former teacher myself. I started my career as a high school English teacher. And I've really been looking for a way to continue to support teachers and make Hempfield the best place it can be. So.
Well, I'm happy to know that all of you guys are awesome parts of our community. And I know that all of you have been on the board for a few weeks now. And with that comes new responsibilities that you all haven't experienced before because you guys are all of the newly elected members. And what have you guys learned since being elected that surprised you about the responsibilities of the board members?
I'm excited for the opportunity to get to know folks in the Landisville community and the East Peak community, Mountville, and those schools that my kids didn't go to. So I'm looking forward to that, spending time there as well.
Building relationships with our administrators and the team, and getting to meet with them one-on-one and meet the board members who are currently staying on the board, and building that relationship is really what has been most fun.
These relationships really partner well with experience, and experience can give us a lot of things on the school board. Moving on, what experiences do you guys bring to the school board as a group and individually, and how do you think these roles will help create success across the whole school board in the district?
I hope to bring a fresh perspective. As someone who just graduated from this district just 3 years ago, I was on student council as a vice president of my graduating class. So I really hope to engage and listen with our student body and bring their voices to the board. And the voices of our students will really drive the decisions that I make. I also bring experience in policy. For the past 3 years, I've been working and writing policy at the state level. I have nonprofit advocacy experience, and I hope to bring some of those experiences to the board.
And as a team, I think we've already worked really well together over the past year to campaign together and to come together on messaging and kind of what our priorities are as a team. So I think that's only going to serve the district well as we move forward.
With experience comes a lot of success, and continuing success. How do each of you define success throughout the district, and what do you guys want to do, again, individually and as a group, do you guys want to accomplish on your positions on them?
So what I think success is having a district that people want to work in, want to, a place where people want to move in. And so that's one of the successes that I'd like to build on, and really, continue to build Hempfield pride. It's something that, when we moved here in 2017, I knew that Hempfield pride was something that everyone talked about, how much people like to say, I'm from Hempfield, and I want to build on that, and bring forward all the wonderful things that are happening in our classrooms, and really celebrate those in whatever way we can, and then think about how we can then build on that success and create better improvement.
College isn't for everyone, so that means our educational experience for all the students can't be the same. You can't have a cookie cutter experience for every student. So for me, success is being able to meet the needs of each student at whatever stage that they're at, and helping them to feel like they are part of the community here at Hempfield, as well as, that they're learning something, that they're growing, that they're being able to be prepared for going out and being an adult in this world. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I feel like our teens need more support to be able to be prepared to be on their own.
I think success looks like making sure that everyone has the atmosphere and the environment in which they feel free to be themselves. They feel supported in their educational journey, in their occupational journey, in their administrative journey, no matter what your role is in Hempfield, that you feel seen, that you feel supported.
Next, I want to talk about inclusion and equality across the district. I know all of you guys come from different backgrounds and families, similarly to all students across Hempfield School District. With your powerful positions on the board, how do you ensure that every student, regardless of background or any other factors, has access to resources required for success?
Yeah, I think that starts with making sure that students have a seat at the table, that they're taken seriously, and not just listened to, but you act on what they tell you. I think that that's something that we can improve in our district. I'm looking forward to being a voice for our students.
We want to make sure that every student feels welcome at Hempfield, right? No matter who they are, where they come from, what their background is, religion, gender identity, sexual orientation, race, all of those qualities, we want people to feel welcome in Hempfield regardless of all of those, right? Because public schools are for everyone, and we should be welcoming to everyone, regardless of what they look like or what they sound like or where their parents come from.
Bathroom vaping affects safety, health, and even class attendance. This is an ongoing issue that students feel isn't being treated like a top-tier safety issue. Would you support installing vape detectors, increasing supervision, or changing disciplinary policies to help students feel more comfortable?
I think being intentional with our upcoming high school project and making sure that the building itself lends itself to a safer and more secure environment all around. And it sounds like the work that's being done so far has that in mind. Dr. Brossman has been instrumental in having those conversations. He's very in tune with what's happening and the issues that students have brought forth. So it's good to see the building design take shape in ways that lends itself to safety and security, not just for our students, first and foremost for our students, but also for faculty. We know there are more students in the building than there are faculty, so we need to make sure that everybody has what they need to feel safe and secure.
I do feel like the administration is trying, but as Mr. Williams and Mrs. Linton mentioned, we want student representatives to come to us and say, hey, we're still seeing these problems. Hey, we have some ideas, or student council has talked and we think that these certain things would help.
Moving on to our next topic of technology. So technology and the internet obviously is very prevalent in schools today. And what do you guys think the balance of screen time and face-to-face learning will be in the should be in the classrooms in comparison to like student interaction and all that?
Yeah, I'm a hands-on learner. I think hands-on learning is very important. But I also think that technology plays an important role. And I think that as a district, we have to do a good job of teaching digital literacy, how to use technology correctly, how technology can be misused, and teach the difference between misinformation and disinformation. And I think as a board, our AI policy is going to be something that comes up a lot. It's going to be something that rapidly changes to make sure that we are adapting and preparing our students for the future.
And finally, is there anything you guys would like to share with the community of Hempfield?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm grateful to the community for trusting that we are up to the task, because we absolutely are as a team and as individuals. And I look forward to doing all the work that we kind of set out in our campaign messaging, uplifting the voices of students and teachers, and working with our administrators to just make Hempfield the best it really can be.
We're not always going to agree. There's going to be times that somebody comes to us and expresses a concern, and we can't do anything about it, or maybe we don't agree with their assessment. But the nice thing is all four of us know that we have respect for the people of the community. So even if we don't agree, we're going to certainly be respectful. We can disagree without being disagreeable.
Once again, this is all four of Hempfield's newly elected district board members. We thank you guys for taking time out of your day to come answer these questions to help better the community's understanding about the school board and the responsibilities across the district.
Thank you so
guys.
much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
love it.
Downtown Lancaster understands that it's important to have festive activities for festive times.
First Fridays are a tradition held in the city every month, with lots of activities and fun times available for all to enjoy. However, the previous First Friday in December was a bit more festive than the rest.
This is an extra special First Friday because we're gearing up for the holiday season. So we have our winter market at Ewell Plaza for the first time ever with local vendors. We've got Santa in the house. We've got a live reindeer, food trucks, live music coming up. It's just a lot of fun and a great way to get the community out and make sure that everybody's involved and feels like they have a place here in Lancaster City.
Oh, I love the music across the street, yeah, and all the lights. And just the holiday cheer.
I think just the spirit that everybody's in, with the snow flurries, it really is like the perfect night for like a winter market. Everybody's super excited.
Well, I came out here to do some holiday shopping, to check out the local vendors because I think it's super cool to shop local.
We thought we would help people out with their holiday shopping by bringing these local vendors and small businesses to you.
These winter shops are a new addition to downtown Lancaster's First Friday tradition. From here on, the city plans to feature these small, local businesses every year around Christmas time.
It's a great way to just come together with the community, get to know Lancaster City a little bit better, and take advantage of everything that we have to offer here.
It's just really showing Christmas spirit.
We're newer to the city too, like we've always frequented the city, but we're new residents. So just to see the sense of community around the holidays is really nice.
I just love the atmosphere. Everybody's super excited, super cheerful, everything's going great.
This is something we'll continue to work on and grow, but we're really proud of how this turned out this year.
Even while the weather outside might be quite frightful, downtown Lancaster puts in a lot of care to make sure its city is appealing and delightful. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Amelia Casanova.
As Hempfield sports continues success in the sporting world, leaders on these teams play a crucial role behind the scenes of the wins. I went to see what these leaders do to keep their teams in check. Hempfield sports has been dominant year after year. From state runs to district titles, Hempfield has done it all. These teams created mass success through elements of leadership. Success has been shown through 21 state championships and dozens of hard-earned districts across all sports. Leaders are needed to help these teams achieve the glory they strive for. Girls Volleyball LO All-Stars Chloe Lee and Maddie Iser speak on how leadership propels them through struggle.
Leadership on the volleyball team, I would say our captain showed a lot of leadership and all the seniors. And then I think it helped us become more unified as a team.
I would say leadership on our team is
helping each other, supporting each other through like the difficult times.
Both players agree that leadership is very important in uniting the team as well as propelling them into playoffs. The team created an environment using strong leaders to push them further into the season.
It helps us to have someone strong on the team when we're in that difficult moment, when we're down or when we're in like a tough spot. It helps us stay together, stick together, push through, and hopefully win out the game.
Winning is very important to this team as they racked up 17 district titles. They keep the fiery winning spirit alive with player and coaching influence based on what's best for the team.
Like everyone's gonna have like their different opinions on you. You just have to like make sure that you're doing what's ultimately best for the whole team. And I think I learned that through our coach and like all the seniors, because they like would say stuff or like help us do something that wouldn't be like your best, like you wouldn't think to do that, but like it helps the whole team.
Pushing for team success over individual success leads to wins and a greater overall team morale. When these teams push for team accomplishments more than individual records, success prevails over defeat. Hempfield football captain and defensive lineman Caden Buckwater helps promote this type of environment.
I mean, you got to love the guys you're playing with. You got to play for each other. I think that's super important. You know, you look to your boy who's next to you. You want to play for him. You want to do good for him, not just yourself. You know, if one person messes up, then that's where holes are created. That's where runs break for 20 yards. You know, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So you want to make sure everyone's locked in and playing for each other.
Playing for one another and not only yourself is another instance of leading by example. Having teammates you can lean on to guide through a rough moment in a game creates a solid sense of unity and leadership.
I mean, it's a huge deal. If you have a team and you have no leaders, you have an army with no leaders, you guys, it's just people running around like chickens with their head cut off, no direction. Like, I think leadership is very important. If you have a bunch of guys and no leaders, then you won't succeed.
Succeeding is a huge deal for Hempfield Athletics as they have accumulated 21 state championships across 24 varsity sports. Whether it's football, volleyball, or any other sports Hempfield competes in, leadership always pushes athletes to the limit of success. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Carter Javahart. Here at Hempfield Happenings, we are now creating exclusive stories and content for our Instagram. Check out at HSD TV7 to learn about why we're called the Black Knights and why the high school's theme is Try New Things. Speaking of trying new things, Centegix is a new security system implemented here across the Hempfield School District. Another Comtech 2 student, Brady Sholkoff, looked into this new system.
Hempfield School District has recently incorporated a new security system to each one of the schools to help better protect the students and staff in case of an emergency.
The Centegix system is enhancing the safety of Hempfield High School on a daily basis. Dr. Brossman has more information.
It's actually not a Hempfield High School decision. This is a district-wide initiative to roll the Centegix system out district-wide to all of our teachers and staff members. And I think a big reason behind it is to increase our ability to respond to emergencies within the building and on campus, and just help make everyone feel like they're part of the system. So the new system doesn't really change our roles and responsibilities. It's in addition to everything that we currently have in place. So currently we have an emergency number that our teachers can dial, and it gets a hold of all of us, and we know what room number that phone call came from, and so that's where we're heading to. All this does is add a layer to that. It just makes it a little bit quicker for us to get those same types of alerts and respond. So the Centegix card is very similar to the swipe cards that all of our staff already carry to open doors and that type of thing. It contains a button, and they push the button when they need help. So the card is very similar to what they currently have. All of our staff members will be wearing it and carrying it with them each day, including our substitute teachers. So when a substitute teacher comes to Hempfield High School, they check in the office each morning. They get a set of keys for whichever teacher they're in for, and so then they'll be issued a badge at that time, and then they'll turn it back in at the end of the day with the keys. Centegix is going to enhance our safety and security features at the high school simply by being able to increase our response time a little bit. So in a true emergency, that terrible active shooter kind of situation, seconds matter. If you have to pick up a phone and call the office and then relay what's going on, all that's crucial time that that information isn't being shared. And so to get the word out as quick as possible, I think is going to be a big help. And then another part of that, the type of thing we deal with more regularly, which would be, medical emergencies and other emergencies in the building. Being able to have something that tells us exactly where that's happening with the click of a button is going to be helpful to get us to where we need to be to get people the help they need as quick as possible.
After Dr. Brossman shared his thoughts, some students shared theirs too.
The new security system makes the whole building feel a lot safer.
I feel like it makes us safe. I feel very safe and protected with these new security features.
The new security system will not only safeguard the staff and students at each of the schools, but also enable staff to respond swiftly in the event of an emergency. For Studio 7, I'm Brady Shulkoff.
Finally, I went and took a look at how teachers keep their rooms up to date with the seasons and school curriculums. Have a look.
The most prevalent themes in the Crucible is the importance of maintaining your reputation. And
Educators come in every day to teach the next generation of Americans, but how much extra goes into a healthy learning environment? A healthy learning environment can be defined in many different ways. Hempfield English teacher Mrs. Alicia Mitchell shows how she does this.
I think it's important that students have some reference points. So there are some things that we cover, some staple writing strategies that I like to have around the classroom so that when they're doing certain writing assignments, I want them to know that they can reference it and they can use that to help strengthen their writing.
Classroom decorations range from educational tips and tricks to seasonal themed items, but the question is, how are they funded?
For my particular classroom decoration, I do not utilize any kind of Hempfield Foundation funds for that.
Teachers use money out of their own pockets to decorate their classroom. Another teacher at Hempfield, Dr. Kate Huff, explains what the decorations mean to her.
I tell the students that this is my home away from home, and I want them to be comfortable here too. So I feel like when they come in the door and there's stuff up, sometimes it looks a little crazy and messy, but I feel like it hopefully makes it a fun space for the students.
A classroom that feels like home fosters a strong learning environment. While every room supports in-depth learning, creating that space takes time, dedication, and funding.
You know, it's something that's important to me, so I have just provided the funding for that.
According to the National Education Association, on average, educators spend somewhere between $500 and $750 of their own money every year on student necessities.
If they happen to kind of, you know, turn their head during a lecture or a lesson or whatever it may be, and they see some of the decorations, it just kind of connects back to what, you know, they're learning. So
the classrooms have an innovative atmosphere with the focus for these rooms of valuing the future of Americans. But overall, being a teacher is beyond the paycheck. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Carter Javhar. Well, that wraps up another month. We thank you for joining us as we looked into the many events and gatherings that we have to offer. Taking a sneak peek at next month, we will be reporting from Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. Thank you again for your time, and we hope you tune in next month.